Welcome everybody to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm your host, Lady JB Owen, and I'm delighted to be here because it's Friday, and Fridays are always so fabulous, and we pack a ton of things into Friday. We're going to be talking about impact today. We're going to be talking about connections today, and really we want to be talking about legacy. Like each and every one of us has the ability to do all of these things, and if you show up for this show, it's because you know that you have the power, you have the ability, you have the capabilities of igniting your life, which ultimately means you can ignite the lives of others. And every single one of us has the ability to show up and shine in our lives. And so other people feel that they can do the same. I love the analogy of one candle lighting all the candles in the church. One candle can ignite so many things, and you are that one candle. You have that ability. And so today we're going to be talking to an amazing guest, talking about how we can ignite lives around the globe and make an impact one person at a time, one light at a time. Fridays are all about connection. And so I want you to think about the connections that you're making. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are the people saying that are in your sphere? Are they supporting you? Are they encouraging you? Are they telling you it's possible? Are they doing the opposite? Are they pulling you down? Are they reminding you what you're not capable of? Are they keeping you stuck in the past? We really want to surround ourselves and build connections with people that are uplifting us. And that's what this show is all about. I want you to form connections with our guests and know that you can do it, and learn and listen to what they've been doing and what they've been going through so that you can see if they can do it, you can do it too. It's all possible. And each and every one of us have the ability to ignite our lives and therefore ignite the lives of others. All right, well, let's meet our amazing guest. I always love having people from around the globe. And Miss Shar is a TEDx speaker, TV talk show host, multi-international award-winning mentor, international best-selling author, keynote speaker, and founder of Feminescence Movement and Magazine, the first Australian publication of its kind dedicated to empowering you to unlock your feminine essence. And it was chosen to be the exclusive magazine for the Hollywood swag bags at this year's Oscars. How exciting was that? And I personally am so gracious for this experience because I was in that magazine. I was just delighted. Now, Shar has the unique ability to connect with her audience using humor, personal antidotes, and a combination of smart advice on business strategies, out-of-the-box thinking, and helpful tips to start turning around the lives of her listeners. She's the ambassador for the Destiny Rescue that rescues children who are exploited from sex trafficking, and she's here right now to share her wisdom. All right, Shar, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, JB. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun because the conversation is always about igniting lives. And I know that you are igniting lives, you're helping people, you are really doing the spark. And I love that, sparking lives. But let's talk a little bit. I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of your book project, a part of the magazine. It must have been pretty exciting to do the Oscar swag bags. I mean, tell us a little bit about that. That was a neat accomplishment.
It was. We've done them for a few years. Our other magazine was so blessed to be in there as well. And I think one thing that's really great for that is that, we often find that our clients are exceptional at what they do, but they're very, they're best kept secrets. And so I wanted to create a publication that allowed us to shine the light on great people doing great things. And so when we approached the company that does the gifting for the swag bags, and we told them that our magazine was unique and different and we weren't focused on all the other things that the other publications did, they said, yes, that's exactly what we want to gift the celebrities in their swag bags. So it was a really, really big deal for us as a brand, but mostly for our clients. We were so happy we could do that for them.
Yeah, because here's the philosophy that's so important is shining the light on someone else. And so you, with your gifts and your talents and your business and the work that you do, you're dedicated to shining the light on somebody else. And I think that is a really important quality when it comes to igniting humanity. We get to a place in our lives where we realize like, yeah, I'm doing great, but I also can help others do great. And so can you share a little bit how we can inspire our folks at home? Because some people may feel like they're not doing great in their lives. So how can they possibly help anyone else do great? And can you help shift that paradigm of like the ability to help others comes from helping self? And when you help self, you absolutely help others.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And I think, when you get on an aeroplane, they say if anything happens, put your oxygen mask on first. And as human beings, we often want to help others, right? Because if something happens, we just run to the rescue. But one thing I want to ask you, if you're listening or watching this, who's going to help you?
Mm,
No one's coming to rescue you but you. And if you don't look after yourself, you can't be there for anyone else.
mm,
And that was a big lesson I had to learn as we went through something as a family a few years ago, is that I needed to stop and nurture me. And there was nothing wrong with that. And I think this is something that as women, we talk about a feminescence woman. She's unapologetic. And we have to train our audience and our readers that it's okay to look after you. You don't need to apologize for that, for putting yourself first. And then when we are in our best state, our best selves, firing on all cylinders, we've ignited that spark inside, we're impacting lives, then my goodness, can we help everyone that we come in contact with? And they'll feel our energy, JB. We can walk into a room and naturally people will just be gravitated to us because we are beaming from the inside, right? We're shining, we're doing what we're here to do, and we literally become a force to be reckoned with. So, but it starts with really knowing ourselves, looking after ourselves, nurturing ourselves, and being true to ourselves. If we're not happy, fix it. As Jim
mm.
Rohn says, if you're not happy, move. You're not a tree.
Right. And if you're in hell, don't set up a condo. Like, get out of there.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about the word feminescence. What does that represent for you, and how is that impacting women?
Yeah, look, feminescence actually came to me in the middle of the night. It was one of those things, and I've had many downloads like that in the middle of the night or in the shower. But I really felt called. It was a few years ago now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I felt so called. I got quite emotional, and I felt really called. I'd been given this gift to really help women, guide them back to their feminine essence. We have all our own answers, JB, and somewhere along the way, we've given our power away to someone or something else. And it was 2 in the morning, and I obviously didn't have my speaker voice on, and I wasn't rehearsed. And I blurted out this to my husband, and I said, I want to help women, guide them back to their feminine essence. But because it was 2 in the morning, I said feminescence. And he stopped me, and which is a hard thing to do. And he said, wow, that's a really powerful word. And I said, what word? And he repeated it back to me. And it was the first time I heard feminescence. And I still get chills. And I literally got chills, and I went, I've been gifted something amazing here.
Mm,
So feminescence is all about being unapologetic, confident, yet graceful. And I think of Audrey Hepburn. The most powerful thing that woman possessed was her presence. She could
mm,
walk into a room and heads would turn, and she didn't even have to say anything. She was unapologetic, she was confident, but yet she was graceful. There was no arrogance around her. And I think women sometimes feel like if they are unapologetic and if they are confident, people will see them as arrogant and rude and, oh, isn't she? No, because we can do it with an elegance and a grace, and
mm.
that is true feminine spirit. So we are desperately striving to help all of the women through our magazine, our digital platform, guide them back to self, really go back to self.
Mm. I love that you got that inspiration, in the middle of the night. And I want to point out that I believe that God, higher power, universe, all gives each and every one of us fabulous ideas. Constantly is just giving us ideas and suggestions. And many people listen to it and run with it, but many people negate it, or they discard it, or they suddenly put, all of their I cans and not possibles and the logical brain onto it. Do you feel that when you get that spark and you get that idea that, and you're doing some pretty fantastic stuff yourself, that you run with it, you decide to go after it? Like, what's that piece? Because many people get ideas, and I think we are all gifted with great ideas, but it's that decision to go left or right that really makes the difference in those that are inspiring others. And have you had that moment where you went right or you went left, and you can give people some suggestions on how to lean into what's going to give them that greater version of themselves?
Yeah, definitely. Look, and the biggest thing I can say is we don't actually know when we get gifted with something like this whether to go left or right and which way is the right way. And so I've always been someone that has, like, I have a really high integrity, excuse me. And so one thing I do is I put it out there to the world. And we've always lived life like someone left the gate open. And so I'll often share my big, hairy, audacious goals with my
Mm,
community because then I'm accountable. I've put it out there. I've also put it out to the universe. I'm doing this. You better bring the people, the resources, whatever, because I'm doing this. So back me. And look, there isn't a rule book on whether it's left or right. We're putting together the world's first in this way coffee table book, visually compelling design, 100 people, but we've put it out in such a way that I've left home, I've left my family, I've left my friends. We're currently traveling the world on our Eat, Film, Write global tour. We've got no idea what the next few months looks like, what countries we're going to be in, what people we're going to be meeting. But that's what we decided it's going to take to put this project together, to be in the space, to find the exceptional people that are going to come into this coffee table book, right? And so there isn't a rule book, but we actually decided to call it the ultimate playbook for life and business. And if you think about that title, that sort of tagline for a moment, if you had the ultimate playbook, it doesn't mean that my playbook's going to be right for you.
mm.
And we all need to find a playbook that's right for us. And I don't like to call it a workbook because I don't think anyone that I've met that loves their business as much calls it work. Like, if
Right.
this is work, sign me up,
Yeah,
right? This is what we get
exactly.
to do. This is what we get to do on my podcast show, your show. Like, this is work. So it's a playbook. And if you were to design your own playbook, it's not always going to give you every move, but you just need to move. One of my favorite sayings, JB, is you can't steer a parked car.
Mm.
Get out of the driveway, start driving. Then if you need to do a detour, if you need to take
Yeah.
a turn off the highway, if you need to do a U-turn, if you need to go, you can do it because you're already moving. But if you sit and procrastinate and plan, the moment will pass, the movement will pass, the idea could be gifted to someone else. And I'm a big believer of we do not own tomorrow. And one of the many gifts that came out of the pandemic was that people have started to realize now, because things were taken away from them, opportunities, chances, travel, seeing people that they would just take for granted got taken away. And so it really made the world open up to the fact that we actually don't own tomorrow and we don't control
Mm.
anything outside of ourselves. And so therefore we have this moment, and this moment I'm showing up. It's late at night in Thailand where I'm filming this with you, and I'm here for you and the people that are here, and that's all I can control, and that's what I'm going to control.
Yes, 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 and yes, yes. And what that leans into for me is you're right. It's not left or right, but it's taking action. And it doesn't matter if it's left or right or three quarters or 45 degrees, but it's taking action. It's deciding to put one foot in front of the other. It's deciding to knock on a door. It's deciding to turn over a leaf, turn over a rock. Those things, that action taking, and it's a momentum, it builds upon it and it creates. Let's talk about connections, because today's theme is really connections. When you take action, you create connections. Can you share some great ways that you love to build connections? Because you are a connection maker. You have many people in your products, in your books, and in your podcast. How can people use connections to help them move forward?
Well, that's a great question. And, it's something I get asked a lot. How powerful is your community? How do we make connections? And I think that I want to bust the stigma that if there's someone out there on your list that you've wanted to connect to, don't be scared. Pop into their Instagram, tweet them, find them on LinkedIn. What I've found when I've reached out to some people in the past that I thought there's no way they're going to reply, they reply, right? And they actually are open to it and they're really genuinely wanting to connect. So don't be scared. Put it out to your network. And also, as leaders, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, I put it out many times. I'm working on this coffee table book. I'm looking for the best of the best of the best. Who wants to be part of something historic? I don't put it out there like I've got it all going on and I've got all my people. I put it out there. So don't be scared to ask for what you need as well. But when we talk about community, if you surround yourself with 5 millionaires, you'll be the sixth. If you surround yourself with five, right, poor people, you'll be the sixth. So make sure that the people that are in your immediate community, your immediate network, are the people that you want to be in the future, because you will be. And so I think it's really, 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 really important that when you're building your community, are they the salt of the earth, integral based, unapologetic, confident, graceful, humble, will do anything for you at 2 a.m. in the morning? Are they the people that are those people? If they are, great. Welcome them into your community and love on them hard and be there for them and give first to receive later. If they're not, maybe just for a hot minute while you're pursuing your goals, just distance yourself slightly from certain people in your life that aren't your cheerleaders. You know, they're not waving the flags at 2 in the morning as you ride past on your bike. Then maybe just for a hot minute, right? Because who surrounds you and who you welcome into your life is actually your choice. Make sure you
And
choose wisely.
that's a great idea, because if you want to be a learner, surround yourself with learners. If you want to be an athlete, surround yourself with athletes. If you want to eat well, surround yourself with people who are eating well. Like, it actually makes a lot of sense. If you're trying to eat well, you're not going out for chips and beer with a bunch of friends. Like, be around people who are eating well. And it kind of applies to everything. If you want to, start a craft, be around people who are doing that craft. If you want to be kayaking, be around people who are kayaking. I mean, it really makes a lot of sense, instead of sitting back and just sort of waiting for it to come, or the lucky draw, or something to just unfold. Go out and make it happen and build those connections, because it's true. We really do become the people that we surround ourselves with. Now, you're on a great mission and you're doing beautiful things. And let me just ask you, and we ask all of our guests, was there an ignite moment? Was there a moment where you just absolutely knew that you were going to do your life this way going forward, because something happened that really sparked that in you?
Yeah, look, I think the first memory that comes to mind, and I never like to prep these answers because I might share a different thing each time, but when you just said that, the moment that I knew I was more than my current reality was at 15 and a half. And I remember standing on my farm in Victoria in Australia. And at that point, I'd been engaged to a man for 4.5 years, and I was 6 months away from being married at 16 and going to another country. I'm Indian. And I remember standing there, and when my stepdad that raised me found out about this situation, he asked me the most pivotal question of my life, JB. And it's the first time anyone in my whole life had asked me what I wanted. And he says, "Is this what you want?" And I realized in that moment that I didn't know what no looked like. I'd been groomed to say yes my whole life, and I knew what that situation was going to look like. So to say no was terribly scary, because I didn't know who I would be without that label. And so, but I knew inside of me that I was here for more. I knew that even though I'd been told I have nothing worthy to say, I'm just a girl, leave it to others in the family, just do as you're told, get married, stay quiet. I knew I had a voice. I didn't know that it would be this level. I didn't know I'd be doing what I'm doing today with TV shows and podcasts and traveling the world and books, and no clue. But I knew in that moment that actually I'm here for more. And I just trusted. It's like igniting that little, when I was in the brownies, right? The Girl Guides, and we'd go out and try and light a little fire. And they just encourage you to just get a spark and just nurture it and blow on it so softly. And I remember standing there looking and going, this is my spark. If I take the opportunity that my dad's giving me and I just blow on it ever so softly, one day it might turn into a flame. And I know when I step out of the limousine in Times Square, when I launch this coffee table book in 2024 with 100 people from all over the world, I will feel the flame from that spark that was ignited.
It's so beautiful. And so, as a young child, somebody said to you, what do you want? And I can only imagine, things flashed before your eyes and your mind lit up in a new way. I'm curious, for somebody who is sitting at home and maybe someone has never asked them, what do you want? Can you just paint a picture potentially for what's possible for them when they just ask that question?
Absolutely. And it's actually the last thing I asked when I did my TEDx talk. So you can find my TEDx talk on YouTube. But the last question I ask is, so is this really what you want? And That's a great question, but it's actually great to ask in front of the mirror. And doing
Mm,
mirror work, JB, is incredibly difficult. Looking into your own eyes and soul in a mirror, quiet with no interruptions, no one around, just you and your inner soul. And asking yourself, is this what I really want? And whatever it is that you're asking about. And then immediately your higher power, your intuition, your internal GPS guidance system will answer. Now, here's where our human conditioning comes in. Often we will hear the first answer and then we dismiss it because it might say yes, and you're like, oh, that's
mm,
really big and scary. And oh
right.
my God, I'm not leaving my home. I'm not going to put this, I'm going to travel the world. And oh, what does that look like? Right. And then so then our human conditioning kicks in and keeps us safe and goes, no, 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 no. Let's go back to safety, comfort zone. So listen to the first answer that comes up. And then that's that little spark. And then just keep fanning that, keep asking, and then call in the people. If you know the why, the how, the what, the where, the when, the who, they will all find you. I had another publication years ago called Why Mag, and I remember walking out of a newsagent facing bankruptcy, looking for a magazine that I ended up then creating and distributing nationally. I wanted a magazine that showed me people that were living their why. And I didn't know anything else, but I just knew that the world needed this magazine. And then the who, I found an editorial director. The what, the how, where everything fell into place, and that magazine became one of the best in Australia and so successful because I started with the why. Ask yourself the question and then find the people that are going to help you make that happen.
So beautifully said. And just take action. I mean, you just said the why, the how, the who. You just let it unfold and you went on the search of it. And I think that is a big part of all of our lives is the discovery. We're not really meant to know it. I think life would be so boring if I just came here and like every single thing I needed to know was just like upstairs. Like, how boring would that be? The finding out, the discovering, the learning, the uncovering, like that to me is the magic. And you have done so much of that. I really love the work that you're doing, and I'm honored to be involved in your projects. And I just can't wait to do more and hang out with you. Folks, if you want to know what Shar is up to, you can find out more about her at the wonderful link that we put below. An incredible human being, so inspiring, doing amazing things, got great projects on the go. Please reach out to her at her website and find out more. Shar, I just want to share something kind of exciting is you are our final guest of season 1 on our first season of Ignite Humanity Live. And so I just want to say thank you because it's a beautiful bookend to an incredible season. And I love that we're international. I love that we're global. We've done 107 episodes this season, all to ignite humanity and just share with people. And I just want to lovingly have this excited moment with you that you are our final guest on season 1. And of course, we'll be back in the fall. Thank you for being here. And thank you for pouring into me. You are such a delight. And I just love working with you.
So honored. Thank you so much, JB. We have so much to do in the world.
Absolutely. All right. Have fun with you and go to bed. I know it's nighttime.
Thank you so much.
Care. Well, folks, as I shared 107 episodes of Ignite Humanity Live, we showed up here in January and we just said yes to being here every morning, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Traverse TV to pour into you what's possible and how to ignite humanity. People are like, well, what's it going to take to ignite humanity? How are you going to do that? And you know, the way is by every single day bringing on fantastic people from around the globe, every corner of the planet who are doing small, little incremental things to ignite the lives of others. And that is also you. I want you to realize that if you're here, if you're watching this, if you're hearing my voice, if you've seen another episode, it's because you are ready. You are stepping into this. This is also your destiny. And you are just collecting the data and getting the facts and locking arms with the people that are really going to help you make a big impact in the world. And all you need to do is start with the principles, empower yourself, step into, be genuine, live with integrity, give more, offer all you can. These are such simple principles that we can all do, and they raise the consciousness of each and every one of us. And that vibration is going to improve humanity. I'm so delighted. Of course, season 2 will start in September, so enjoy all of our repeated episodes over the summer. And of course, if you want to watch this episode or any other episodes, go to our platform. We have them all available to you for free. You can just sign in. We don't retarget you for anything. We just want to give this to you. Now, if you want to be a part of following us, we're cycling this summer from Canada to Mexico on our tandem bike, my husband and I, raising money for charity and igniting humanity as we go. So please go to our website and find out what we're doing with our cycle ride. We are raising money for charity. We are helping the Los Cabos Children's Foundation while we get to Mexico. And then we are raising money for our schools. So we are building schools around the globe. If you would like to be a part of that, go to ignitehumanity.life. Or if you'd like to just donate directly, we would love that also. Go to our donation page and you can donate. Every single dollar that you donate buys a brick for one of our schools, and we need 35,000 bricks to build a school, so be a part of that. Now, it's a big joy for me to be igniting lives, and all I can say is we just do it by showing up authentically. As Shar shared, just be you. Show up as you. Use your gifts. Use your talents. Know your why. Figure it out, and then get excited and just be interested in what the universe has to unfold. Make big, bold decisions. Decide to take care of yourself first, and really use what you have learned to make sure you are the best version of you, so that you can go out and support others and be in the best versions of themselves. Ignite Humanity is all about igniting ourselves first so that we can radiate to the people around us. And it just takes one step over the other. In our case, biking one pedal after another. It just takes one moment, one conscious moment to wake up. And today's that day. From this show on, you can decide that you're going to live consciously, you're going to live intentionally, and you're going to live loving what you do, learning what is important to you, finding your talents, and then surrounding yourself with really great people that lift you up and be your cheerleader. Decide you want to be that sixth person. And so whatever that is, surround yourself with those people and make powerful connections. Well, I want to just say thank you to all of the people, everyone at Ignite, our entire team. Of course, Peter, our producer, who's in the back doing everything wonderful. So many people at Ignite, and then all of our authors, all of our guests, all of our supporters, and of course, Traverse TV and all of our sponsors. It's been a fantastic season. It's been an absolute delight. It's been a total highlight of my life, and I can't wait to come back in September with a whole new slew of guests. All right, big hugs and kisses to you. If you've been watching us all season, thank you for being that person. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the many letters and emails and texts that you send. And if you want to be on next season, fill out our type form and let us know what you're doing to ignite humanity. We want to hear from you and see what you're up to, so we can show people in the world what you're up to, and you can ignite lives also. All right, hugs and kisses, everyone. Big hugs to you. Take care. Go out and ignite your life. Go out and ignite the lives of others, and know that we can make a big impact in humanity. All right, take care, everybody.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.